Good morning. Hello to another Monday. Let's see. Happy President's Day for all of those who have kiddos home today. Enjoy an extra day. I just realized as I've been waiting for my Temu, I'm trying to pronounce it right, Temu order, that it's President's Day, so I'm waiting for this order to come in, and I think it's going to be coming today, and then I realized there's no mail today. Oh, some days there's just not enough coffee, right? So let's see. I managed to get my table glass cleaned off a little bit, so we don't have all the paint on it anymore. Believe it or not, I am a metal focused person. I like my tools to be metal. I like to work with metal. And I have this glass worktop surface, and if I use metal on it, it's just going to scratch it. And believe it or not, at the buck and a quarter. There we go. Dollar Tree, because they've upped their prices, and they always have a craft aisle. I always go looking down it. Sometimes I even have dye. They have dyes down it, but I don't have a large store. So I went down the other day, and I did find a new scraper, and it's plastic. And I'm like, well, it's going to be good for some things, probably not for others. And I found that this works extremely well on my glass surface. The paint I had gotten on there got a little stucker. Yep, you're just going to have to deal with Wendy words today. Sorry. And it wasn't just coming off with hot water like I had hoped it would. And so I wiped it off real good, picked up all the loose stuff, got it kind of warm and wet, and then I scraped it off with this little scraper. And it does separate, but there's nothing on the inside. I was hoping this was a cover for a metal one inside, but it does fit really nicely in the hand, and you can use the finger side if you need, or you got a little grippy here you can grip onto, and a thumb. And there we go. It helped immensely. And it didn't scratch my glass up. At least I don't think it did. What's that on the underside? Oh, wait. I think I already knew about that. That's a wrinkle. Yes, right. I think. Having a day. Okay. So we are having so the glass is cleaned, and we're going to check in on the book because my phone's alerting me to craziness. Let's see what it says. It says everything is copacetic. Sweet. Okay. Sorry about that. Alrighty. So it's another Manage It, Make It Monday, right? So let's do a little managing. First of all, my book is not even open to the week. Oh, I didn't even have it to date. Yeah. So today, being no school, snuck up on me because I had not transferred the large calendar information to the week calendar information. So I need to make sure that at the beginning of the month, anything that's already listed in there needs to be written down for the entire month. All right. So I got that. Well, routine. I was doing it week by week, and I realized I'm never going to do that. So bubbles. So I actually wrote some things down for today because I had a lovely sale on Friday with Caroline and on Saturday with the early birds. I have some packaging and invoicing to do. And once that is done, I need to clean up my big table and take that thing down because it is taking up too much space. I got to put a couple puzzles together. It's time for it to move on. It's collecting too many other projects. And a couple of those projects it's collecting is the transplanting of plants. So I've got more plants to transplant. I have this strange succulent that's doing amazing things. Oh, good morning, Caroline. It's good to see you. And I hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday. It was so nice to be able to spend part of the day with you. And for some reason, I don't know why, I didn't remember until the show. I am so sorry. But you're in my calendar now, so you're not going anywhere. That was one thing I did this morning is I made sure I wrote down your birthday, so I had it for next year, and Chrissy's, which is coming up on Wednesday. I cannot believe how many of you guys have February birthdays. So for everyone out there, my mother, who was the 13th of February, and my aunt, who was the same day, 12 years later, I really was. It was just so nice, and so many people joined us. So many of our friends, people we haven't seen in a while, new friends. It was just, it was really, really nice. I needed that. I did. I think the craziest thing about yesterday is everyone in my house, including me, was up by 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. What 17-year-old boy? Oh, I know what 17-year-old boy's up at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. The one who never went to sleep the night before. That's my guess. So anyway, the calendar's going well. We even, still working it. I'm so excited. All right, so let's get to this milliput. Yeah, I know. Let's get to this stuff. So like I said, I've cleaned my space off here. Reach. Excuse my unpardonable reach. It's like I'm reaching for something across the dinner table. Sorry. To anyone who has a real accent, apologies for my funky talk. I'm going to call it Wendy. Wendy being funny. So I have all sorts of little things to work with today. Oh, I don't want to set some of this stuff. I don't like setting down directly on the glass. I've mentioned to you guys before. So I've got my little shop towels out here. And actually, no. I was told by my other half, because I thought these were shop towels. These are not. These are lint-free hospital towels. And I did not know that until the other day when he told me. So I wanted to make sure I was referring you guys to the towels that I use. And you're going to see some of them are stained because I've been using them for a while. But they are lint-free hospital towels. All right. Let's see. I have to quit moving my head back and forth so many times. I think I'm starting to get dizzy. Oh, we have our creepy angels. The problem is, one reason why we have to clean, I have misplaced the brooch backs. Not a problem, Caroline. I totally understand. Life takes us away and we have to go. All right, these are our creepy angels. They have gotten good and creepy. The eyes are dark. I like this one. You can really tell the black roses around their headbands. Those are little black flowers / roses. So thank you. I'm really enjoying doing those. Actually, I found a good technique for them. I need to find my brooch backs to make them actually into a brooch because I don't think they would be too much. I also somewhere have magnets, and I will put some magnets on these for people who like a creepy refrigerator magnet. Some people like creepy all year round. Spooky. All right. So, since I've misplaced those, we'll set those off to the side. And we will get into seashells. It's the other thing we wanted to know if milliput would work with. So I have a variety of shells that I've collected up. Most of them have been washed. And one of them was actually used as a candle holder to melt a small candle. So I'll get the wax out of that in a minute. These are like an oyster shell, I think. And then I believe these came either from a garage sale or from one of my grandparents' collections. And that is some abalone shell, which is also mother of pearl. And it's got some shiny going on in the middle. It does have a giant hole in the bottom. So I am hoping we can find a way to like set it up and make a little something, but I need it to be able to sit up, and I would like to attach a couple other shells. So that's some more seashells. So we're going to just kind of put some shells together today, working with the milliput. I don't want to use these yet. Well, one of them's broken. I have some older sand dollars, and they still have their brown. They aren't white yet. And I really love it when they're not totally white yet. I like the white ones too. And I also somewhere have a collection of doves. So I don't know if all of you know this, but when sand dollars I could probably get some tiny ones out of this. In the creation of the star, there are these formations within a sand dollar, and you can remove them, and they're called doves. And usually you get them because I don't want to ruin the whole thing. I usually get them by poking around the center with a small needle, and then getting a little bit longer, more flexible needle, slightly flexible, so it'll go in, and then just knocking them loose. When I find my other ones, I had a project in mind years ago. Maybe we can get to that. So more shells. Now, sometimes I pick these shells up at thrift stores. Sometimes I've picked these up myself. I really have another container in here as these shells. I probably do. It's just like I said. So we're going to get some cleaning done today. This week is a cleaning week, reorganizing week. So, there's a smaller one of the, I think, oyster shell. And I really like the white inside. Now, that one's not very clean. I will be cleaning that one up when I use it. I would want to. But I am going to. This one looks like it was attached to something else. Sorry about the high pitch today. My voice seems to want to be going in and out. So this one was attached to something at some point and it's been removed. So that would make a really good piece to use in one. And then I have some these need to go to, I don't think I want to keep this basket. Oh, hey, there's more stuff in it. Don't get rid of it until you've cleaned it out. I don't even remember that. That's interesting. I'll show you in a second. The basket is just, it looks like it's beginning to get a little moldy. And so I don't know if I really want to keep that basket as much as I like it. So maybe I'll put it out. I just don't like the way it's the thing, I don't want to smell it. I'm not going to smell it. Normally I would, but I see whiteness on it and I don't know. I worry about baskets. It does look kind of quality made though. I don't know. Putting it off to the side so I don't get lost in basket land. These are miniature rugs. Okay, maybe they're not miniature rugs, but they're counted cross-stitch. No, they're not. These are miniature rugs because those are printed on there. I thought someone had cross-stitched them, but those are printed. And so these are miniature dollhouse rugs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Awesome. Dollhouse rugs. Okay. And then what I found in the bottom of the basket was this very sparkly butterfly charm. So, yeah, you never know what you're going to find in the bottom of my stuff. What's in the bottom of Wendy's basket today? All right, let's take this out of here because I don't know why there's only 3 seashells in here. I really don't know why they're in a bag. Oh, wow. Okay. I've got to use you somewhere, but I don't know where. So, first of all, just a nice little shell. I think it's a scallop type shell. I cannot remember. It's been so long since I've done my shell research. So got that one. And then I don't know if this is natural this way or if it was dyed. I think it's natural and it was just gotten to before the sun could get to it. It's purple. Thank you for focusing, camera. I appreciate that. So I like that. I'll definitely want to use that in something that I keep. And then this one. I don't think I've ever seen one this small with the ripples quite like that. Are you going to focus on this one for me? So yeah, really happy about the shells. So let's get some stuff moved around, get some gloves on, and see if we can figure this stuff out. I think we can. All right. So it says this is the box. I did get this from Hobby Lobby. It was $15. Ignore the scribbling on it. It's just notes. But it is called Milliput. And this one is super fine white. Hi, Stacy. Oh, it's so nice to see you, Stacy May. Oh, wow. I'm so glad you could pop in. So this is what it looks like coming out of the box. 2 individual tubes. One wrapped in blue, one wrapped in white. This is a 2-part epoxy putty. it says, mix equal quantities of the 2 sticks by rolling and kneading for at least 7 minutes. This is most important when mixing superfine white milliput as the sticks are the same color. Milliput becomes rock hard in 3 to 4 hours at normal room temperature. You are to store it in cool, dry locations or conditions. Further instructions and product information can be found on our website, www.milliput.com. This is not a sponsored anything like that. This is just me wanting to make sure that everyone knows what I'm using. Some uses of milliput: modeling, sculpting, and wood turning, restoration of porcelain and other ceramics, suitable for repairs to UPVC and for chips in bathtubs, sinks, and tiles. Dude, I had some bathtubs in the day and a sink that would have loved this stuff. Will set underwater heat. Will set underwater heat resisting 130 degrees. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that means, but let's see. I'll put it up here so you guys can see it. Come on, focus. There. Will set underwater heat resisting. Oh, it's 2 separate sections. Boy, I really wish, a comma or a period would be really nice in there. So it will set underwater, stop, heat resisting 130 degrees Celsius. So you can put it in heat. Those are 2 separate things. I tried to read it all as one and my mind could not comprehend it. All right, equal parts. Here we go. It doesn't look white. That looks like it's good. Okay. We are using the glass. I'm thinking I need some paper towels. Hold on one second. I'm going to go get some paper towels because I don't think that I want to clean this up the way I was thinking I was going to clean it up. Okay, I'm back. That was a quick. Here we go. Some paper towels. So let's get this stuff going. Out of the package. They have it's like 2 pieces of tape taped together. So we're definitely going to need our scissors to get into this. La la. Let's see. Sorry, long sigh because missing grandma. These were her scissors. Even living in her house with a lot of her stuff, still easy to miss her. But in good ways. Okay, so we've cut those open. Grandma was such a crafter and a sewer. Okay, so we've got the wrinkles undone there and the wrinkles undone here. All right, let's get your camera pointing down so you can kind of see what we're doing here. I'm kind of like hogging the table, aren't I? All right. Trying to keep my sleeves up. I know that's going to be important. All right, I just point you down. Nope, we're going to have to get a little more closer. Closer. A little closer to the table. Maybe this will help. Ooh, I didn't lock you. Got to make sure I get you locked. All right. There we go. So these are the shells I have laid out. All right. Sorry. Trying to get resituated. Here's some paper towels for cleaning up. You can't see the back side, so let's lift that up a little bit. Here we are. All right. So first off, I'm putting gloves on. Woo. La 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 la. Okay, and then I have around here, that should work. I don't think it's too dirty. I should have a clean, that's not clean. Ah, I'm so I know this is a clean spatula, so I'm going to use the end of this to slice our sections off. And I do have on my table down here, it's hard to see, I'm sorry, but these have measurements on them. So I'm going to measure out. Oh, it totally unrolls. I thought it slipped out of the tube. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it rolls, the package rolls out like this, and then you can get your hand inside, and I'm just going to bring out the little tubular and measure off a section. So I think that I get the same amount. I'm just going to do like a 1/2 inch. Woo. My thing's a little flimsy. Whoops. So I wanted to push down. So I was having problems. It was getting a little bendy because it is a flexible spatula. So I went down, I just grabbed a little lower and pushed, and we did okay. So we have one little section. It's not exactly even, but it's pretty close. And so we're going to wrap this back up nice and tightly. Push down over the tip of it and start wrapping it right back up as tightly as I possibly can to keep the air out. It's kind of twisting that tip. I tried to lay it down to do a fold over, but it's very happy to twist. So if you just kind of keep twisting it, and I will get a piece of tape or something and tape that down. But for now, I think it will be okay if I put it nose first back into its box. Nose first and push. So it kind of seals that tip into it. Then I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to wipe that end off so that I don't cross-contaminate. If I had my way about it and I had my tools cleaned and prepared like I should, I would have had 2 separate ones. But this is okay. This works. Doing the same thing, unrolling it. Kind of separate up here. Not exactly the I'm in the search, I'm in the hunt for plastic gloves. Evidently I need mediums and I like the slightly thicker black ones. So okay, I don't know if this yellowing matters because they said they're supposed to be the same color. I'm going to just roll with it, and if there's a problem, then I will assess from there. So, oh, I also want to wipe off the little measuring spot because I got some compound there. So I just want to, we'll get this figured out. One of these days I want a system so I can mount a camera above and point straight down and be able to do a little closer up. So we're working on it. We're going to figure something out one of these days. All right. So once again, I bring it to the half-inch mark. I bring my... So what I've done is I've measured here on the corner where you can barely see me. I'm so sorry. And I have a half-inch measurement, and I just brought it up, lined it up, and I'm going to grab my spatula up at the top, and I'm going to push down on that, and that should cut off another approximately half-inch section. All right, let's look at our pieces. They need to be equal. I don't think those are equal. I hope there's not too much glare. I think that light, that big light's just a little much. Go that way. Sorry, guys. All right, so the pieces do not look equal to me. So I'm going to bite off just a smidge more. I thought I should use the gloves to do this, but this may not be the right kind of gloves because that stuff's sticking to this horribly. All right, so I think I need a little bit more of this other compound to make it the right. Oh yeah, I see. Some of the bottom got squished out. So if I kind of even that up just a little bit, take that squished out part, add it to this. And there we go. So I think those are much more equal. Now, if I had my scale out here, I could weigh them. And if you can do that, that is absolutely the best. Then you know exactly equal parts. I am guesstimating. Next time we will be more prepared. So when we work with Milliput the next time, we know we need to have the scales out. Oh, thank you. All righty. So let's roll this back up. I think we're going to have to lose the gloves, guys. I know I should wear them because it is a chemical. Did it say wear gloves? Rolling and kneading, it didn't say. Milliput's a very versatile epoxy, highly adhesive to most, can be sculpted, cured. It can be machine drilled, tap filed, sanded, painted, but it does not give glove warnings. So I'm thinking that if you've got sensitive skin, which sometimes I do, to some things, you probably want gloves, but I'm beginning to think that these gloves are not going to work. A little bit got left on the table. Smack that in. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to take them off, but let's, yeah, it just sticks to them. It can't do its thing if it sticks. Okay. Woo. Here we go. Get a drink first so we have our bubbles. And let's get going. Ooh, that is a very sticky. All right, soften that one up. Get this one softened up. This one has less sticky. Okay, there we go. Rolling it into a ball between my hands to get it a little warm. This one does not need any rolling. And then I'm gonna do a strange little method. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I'm gonna get them rolled out, and then I'm gonna into kind of little snakes, and then I'm going to coil them. I'm going to squish them into two, and then I'm just going to start twisting. And one of them's cracking, so I'm going to push it a little more after it's been twisted. I'm just going to push and twist. Push and twist. I don't know if this is a good method or not. I know that a lot of sculptors on YouTube and then push it all together into one and just keep going. So a lot of sculptors on YouTube. I really enjoy watching Ace of Clay. It's been a while since I've watched him, but he uses this for some projects. Jazza also uses this on some projects. So I just thought that this would be a fun thing to try. And I need to try it before I actually use it on the projects that I have. Like, uh, uh, I have 2 teacup projects I want to use it with. So I'm just kind of pushing it together. Pull it apart a little, push it back together. We're going to need this in for a few more minutes. When I was younger, screw being younger, when I get marshmallows, when I get big marshmallows, I like to take marshmallows and I put them between my fingers and I start pulling them apart until they get gooey. And then I add more and I get this big soft marshmallow. It's like marshmallow fluff, but it's not quite fluffy. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so I don't know if this is mixed in well enough. My fingers are turning white. But I'm thinking it's pretty good because, I mean, this has been a full-on squish fest here. Squish fest, squish fest. All right. Keep rolling it around a little bit more. All right. I think we're good. I really do. I have great faith in this being integrated. That being said, so here we go. I still haven't figured out what I'm doing, and I've already put this stuff together. So remember, when you're doing stuff like this, have a plan first. Ha, 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 ha. Wendy and a plan. Those words don't go together. So let's just start with seeing what we can do. And we got this little bit. So I'm going to use this. I think this was actually one of the shells from a nightlight, like you'd put in a hall light to light a hall light. So I'm going to take this because I know it's pretty clean. And I am going to, I want to make it little legs so it'll stand. And I want to, I like this shell. It looks like, can I put it on the back of this to make a, no. Maybe I can. Plan. Yeah. Oh, wait, I remember. I wanted to use this one. It's still got some gup on it. Gup. But I think I can clean that off once it's up. So if I put this like this in the back of here, then I can use this as the stand. Ooh. No. Okay, so this one needs to lay, this one needs to lay flat, and this one needs to then be set upon it. But we're going to get this one flat first. And it's got some, like I said, goop there from where it was attached to something else. Yeah, plan, prep. Oh, it breaks right off. So nice. Okay, so that little bit came off. I think it was just like old hot glue. Let's get that off of there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so keep moving this around so we have it soft to work. And we're going to take a little bit off of it. And I'm going to roll it in my hands. And I think I'm going to make it into a snake because I find when I work with clays and malleable materials that having a thin little rope to kind of understand, oops, my rope is whack, is the easiest to work with. So let's set this kind of on here. How do we like this? Sit up in there. I do like how it sits up in there. But then if I do that, I have to create a foot for it too. So let's kind of, oh, I probably had that once or twice already, but oh, look, it even kind of balances. There we go. We got balance. This is what we need to go with. So we're going to take some of these little pieces and I'm just going to kind of stick them up in here. I'm trying to see what kind of tools I have. So I have a couple of different stylus tools with a metal ball on the end. And I think I'm going to use this because it gives you the ability to do some squishing motion and it helps to bond it to, or helps to attach it to both sides, I think. That's the theory I'm going to go with. Okay. All right. So I've got this. Yeah. See, we got to make it so that doesn't happen. So I got this little tiny bit. Now, how were you balanced so beautifully? There's a good balance too. A little more hole in the bottom. So let's go back where it was with a little less hole in the bottom, which means the gap in the top's a little bigger. All right, so I'm going to put just a little bit on the outside edge of the shell. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, it doesn't want to attach to the shell. Oh, sorry, that was loud. It doesn't want to attach to the shell, guys. So I'm going to make little marks. I'm going to make a mark. Oi. Okay, I know this isn't the... Oh, wait, there we go. There's my pen. We're going to make a little mark so that we kind of know what spot we were dealing with. Right? Make marks. They last longer. Okay, that didn't sound right. Ah, you were balanced and I liked it. Come on. Yes. Good enough. Mine will make you stand. All right. Marks. Okay. There's the cap to the pen. We were expecting that. All right, let's get this stuff going again. Maybe it's because I don't have it soft enough. Let's get it all worked up again and get it nice and soft and pliable and happy. Okay. Got it a little softer. Let's take a small piece, keep it working, keep it soft, keep it warm. That might be a problem that we've had. So let's do that. And we're going to make it really thin. I don't know if I want to make it too thin though. So I'm putting this towards me so I can see, and I'm putting it on the outside of where I put the mark. It's okay. I don't know if it's not sticking to the shell or if that my fingers have so much on here that I'm not getting good contact. Now I'm going to try something. I vaguely remember something about water helping for something, maybe attachment. I don't know. Let's pray that I don't screw it all up. So let's take this spot that we want to attach it. Let's make it a little moist. And then I really hope this works, guys. All right, a little water. I really hope that this is the right thing to do. We will, oh, keep out of the reach of children may cause allergic skin reaction. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Guess what? I found that warning label. Hello, Kel. Keller Kai. I can't read. My eyeballs are really bad. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Okay, a little bit of wetness. And let's get our fingers out of the way. That's why we brought the stylus tools in, right? So our sticky fingers don't have a problem. Uh-oh. Sticking to the stylus, guys. Let's see. Does damp stuff? Oh, okay. Wet stylus. It does not stick to a wet stylus, and I'm managing to push it. Stacy Meow. Got it. Hello. Oh. Okay. We're making progress. We have discovered that a wet stylus, we want a bigger ball so it pushes down more. I wet my stylus, and we're just kind of pushing this stuff into place now. So it will adhere to the shell. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Come on, do it. Okay, I think I need to put more water on the shell. Lift this, put a little water there, a little more water here. Oh, this just, slippy too much slipping. Let's wipe some of that water off. So that was probably too much water, but we are starting to get some where it looks like it's attached. Just push that to no water. Wow. Okay, so we're learning that this water bit just might be important. Okay, and at the moment it's just everything else is just like sticking to me. So let's get a little there. Let's go with a little less water in some places. But which places? Alrighty. Let's. I need that water closer. So the water I have is in a squirt bottle, and I'm just gonna put it here and squirt a little puddle on my glass and rub my styluses around in it and pray, right? Pray to the crafting gods. Alrighty. So why do I sound like freaking? I have got to stop with that catch. Starting to sound weird. Okay, so I made a little snake. We're pushing it down. Once again, it is sticking to me, but I think I managed to get, okay, so it's on the shell. Now let's get a little water on our stylus and hope this works, right? So I dabbed a little water off on my hand. And let's push things around. A little more, a little down. Okay, I probably should not be putting this much on. Maybe in a direction I don't know I'm going. Uh-oh, we got stickage. Stop sticking. If I push on that without a little water, let me try a little water on my finger and push that down. Hey, it's not sticking to my finger. Okay. I can always sand this back if I decide that I'm covering up too much of the supporting shell. Whoo. Okay, little damp finger, not too much. Okay. Look at that. Wonderful. Well, thank you for stopping in. Okay, so if we have the shell and we were sticking the butt through it, the section through it, and it was level-ish. Okay, there we go. That's the vicinity we were in. Oh, look at that. Okay, I have pressed it into what's on that shell. So I am going to attempt to roll out a little more. Come on. You know you wanna, you know you wanna. Okay, then I'm gonna get a little, I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna lay it in place on the back side, trying not to have it stick to my fingers. So that one finger was working really good for pressing stuff when it was damp. So I guess that's the finger we're using. I really hope this doesn't sound too much for YouTube. All right, now we're going to try and press that in without it coming back and sticking on us so that it's kind of attached to both. I hope you guys can see this. I'm trying to keep it in the camera, and I really don't know how well my camera's focusing because my eyes aren't focusing through my glasses right now. So let's see, a little more water on a stylus, and we'll press it in on a smaller one. And we're going to do it with a tiny one just to get it in here on this back side. Thank you. This is so exciting. I've never done something like this before. Well, okay. No, I haven't worked with this before, and I really haven't worked with a two-part epoxy before. So, this is new to me. Oh, I wish I could find one that would fit. I really do. I tend to go without because I can't find one that fits and makes me happy. I had some by this really awesome brand, and I had picked them up actually at our local pharmacy. And I've got to go back there, but I checked the website of the company and they don't make that style that I liked so much anymore. So yeah, you know, it's difficult. Okay, I am taking my finger and the one that it doesn't stick to, and I'm trying to bring up some of what I laid down that doesn't fit, and I'm scraping with my fingernail off the lower shell, and then I'm trying to smear with my finger up into the other shell so that it uses that to help support it. And now I'm putting a little snake in on the inside, hoping that it won't stick to my fingers too bad. Okay, wet finger, wet finger. That doesn't sound right. Oh, good Lord. I'm gonna have to work on my words today. Alrighty, come on, smear it in there. Smear. Okay. Now, I would really like to work it with a tool, but I just think my finger's working best at the moment. Why do they always have to stop making stuff that works for us? All right. Push some of that down, but keep it there. All right, let's make sure it attaches well before we start removing stuff, I guess. That's the best plan in that direction. Okay. Now, secure enough. I think I can turn it over and use a little water and try and push a few things into place. I just have to be really careful because I tend to apply pressure at the wrong angle of something when I've attached it. Yeah, I'll vote for that answer. Alrighty, and that will wrap around nicely. Okay, so I've got that wrapping around, and you see I got extra here, so I'm going to try and push that over as I merge this. Uh-oh, it looks like I'm going to go a little over my hour today, but I would really like to at least get this shell attached before I end it so that next week I can show you, or later in the week on a sale. Well, I don't know if I'm going to have a sale. I don't have a sale scheduled this week. So I'm going to have to, maybe I'll have a pop-up crafting again. I'm really, if I like this enough and I've cleaned, well, I'm supposed to have a cleaning week. So that's my reward. If I clean enough, then I can craft online a second time this week. I don't know when it'll be, but if I clean enough, I'll schedule one up. I just have to get my cleaning done. Okay, pushing this extra over. And we're going to go with the wet finger technique again and try and get that to merge. Bond. Create a secure bond. Oh, we need more water. No. All right. Okay, yeah, that's a little better. It needed to be slicked up. Needed to be all happy. It's amazing that you'll find if you're using this stuff, I'm finding if you have just the right amount of water, and you'll find that happy flow, but I'm finding that it just really gets happy when you have that just right amount of water. It really gets to this point of, hey, I will happily squish around, merge, bond, create thin or thick layers, whatever you need. Kind of like this stuff so far. As long as my hands don't, it doesn't stick to me too bad when I'm trying to clean up. But with the way this is working with water, I don't think there's going to be a problem. It's really just wanting to do whatever I want it to do. All right, I got one little tiny place right down in here. I still need to get bonded. So we're going to, I'm finding I have Milliput on all my tools now because, well, it's all over my hands, but that's okay. As long as I wash it off before it sets, and it's 2 to 3 hours and becomes rock hard, or 3 to 4. Why do I keep saying 2 to 3, guys? Uh-oh, I made a fingernail line in that one, and I didn't want that, so I'm going to smooth that right out. That's so nice. That is extremely lovely. Pull some more of that back side of this, the back of this shell down into this before it gets. Am I putting my elbow in the water? I bet you anything I am putting my elbow in the water. And that's why it's going away so fast. Oh, a little extra water. Yeah. So what we'll do, the other thing I'm going to do, since this water seems to be so effective this way, is I will give it a chance to set. And then I will come in with a warm rag or paper towel, depending on how it works, and wipe those spots down. And it looks like the way the water's affecting it on this, it will wipe it away. So, oops, wrong one. See what this one will do for me. Oh, that's a little better. There we go. Get a nice bond going here on the back, and then we'll finish up the inside. And after it sets in a little while, I'll do some cleanup. All right, almost there on the back side. And then we have the front side to finish securing. And then with this extra Milliput that I have, I will make some molds. I will make, not molds, I will make texture relief. And I have my my styluses out. So that will textured relief for when I want to create a texture on clays or milliput later. All right, get that rolled out. Little snake made. As I do this, it's starting to come off my fingers. Until then I go in and try and place it and it sticks back up on me. All right, nice funky little snake here. Let's get that down. I think it has enough. Nope, it doesn't want to stick. So I'm going to put just a slight bit of moisture on what's already there on both sides. And then stick this onto it. Trying not to use the finger that it's sticking to, unfortunately. It's really getting sticky again. So we have learned that this was more than I needed. Next time when we're doing projects, I will be more aware of the... Now that I think about it, it was like, well, of course it's going to do that. It doubles in size. It looks like it's trying to... I'm pushing too hard and it's trying to come away. So let's get this down here without a lot of pushing and securing it in my other hand better. Okay. And push that around. There you go. So there's the inside, and I'm just going to smooth that in. And there's the outside. It does need a little more reattaching because I did put too much pressure, so I'll do a little more. But this should stand. Aha! Look at that. It stands. Okay. So this is the test. This is the test if the milliput will bond it and keep it, or if when it dries it has made no attachment and it just breaks right off. So that's kind of the test we're going for. So I'll do some more smoothing off camera and some cleanup work. And yeah, we only went 10 minutes over today. Not too bad. So next week I'll be back with this, and hopefully we will be back with our Monday project book as well. Thank you. Thanks. I'm just, trying to use up stuff I got. I didn't think, I know that you can sell the abalone shells by themselves, but I just thought that the one with the big hole and some other ones that I had would do. So we're going to start with that one, and if it works, then I've got a lot of other shells we can play with. Thank you, Stacy. So yeah, so what I'm pretty much going to do is I'm going to take this because I really don't want to do any more shell work until I know how it's going to work on it. So what I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's what the goal was. I wanted it to stand up so that I could then do something on the inside. All right, so let's take this big lump before I go. And I'm going to make two things. I'm going to make a thick snake like this. I'm going to cut this one in half. And I'm going to take this one, make it just a little bit wider. I like the snub, the round end or the flat end, because I can then also make other things with those. So I'm going to make it in a conical shape. If it doesn't have that wibbly warbly in the middle. Oh, that was a bad warble. So quickly, I'm going to make this into a slightly conical shape. Actually, now I'm going to turn it into a ball. That didn't go well. We're going to do the conical one with that one. If at first it doesn't work, do something else with it. Maybe that just wasn't its life's purpose. Okay, we have a nice little ball, and I'm going to get the end of my sphere, my little stylus, and I'm going to put a little round hole right there. I think it needs to go in a little bit further. Okay. There. Made a nice round hole in it. And then I'm going to take the other side and do a different size hole in it. And it's not a hole. It's just a hole implies it goes all the way through. It's a divot. It's a divot. I'm making divots of different sizes. And different depths. And it does, as you put more on, I'm not going to use the giant one. As you put more on, it does kind of change the shape, but it still is going to do what I'm talking about. And I'm using the tiny one on the edge. So my circles turned into a different kind of shape as I put these on. And that's okay, because this is just going to be one of those things that creates, it's going to be like I roll this over something, clay or whatever, and it leaves those marks behind. So I just kind of wanted to do something funky, and we got the styluses out, so that's what we're going to do. We're making a funky ball. This ball is more oblong now, and it's just got different. So once this becomes hard, I'll be able to roll this over other things and create texture. So that's going to go right there, way up on the corner. And then we got the log to deal with. And like I said, I wanted to leave both ends flat. That cut makes a great flat end. And then I wanted to make it so one end was slightly larger than the other. Not by a whole lot, just by a little. And I still wanted to keep this box, this flat shape, so that when I go to make marks on other things, I can do that with these. And I want that flat. So I am going to, that end is not going to go flat. It's going to have this little kiss on the end of it. So I'm going to attempt to take it off. And because I don't want it to leave a squish mark, I'm going to roll it. And just slowly slice by rolling. And you get less of a pinch when you pinch clay. I think we're doing okay. My edge might be a little off. Just give it a nice roll. Roll, roll. Come on, no pinchy. Ah, there we go. Look at that nice cut edge on that. It doesn't have that pinch. Focus. It's standing until I knock it over with my elbow. And see, when it's standing only on this. This isn't touching the ground. So it's a really interesting standing that it does. Okay, so we will do this. And that end is smaller. And instead of making circles, I think I'm going to use the tiny one. I don't have an actual scratcher tool right here. I usually do. But I'm going to use the tip of the to do like a little striations and maybe make it look like grass if I was trying to do a grass something, or make it look like wood. Roll over. It's really wanting to stick to everything. It's giving it some interesting texture when it's stuck to the glass. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of flick it around, give it a little more texture, and I'm just, I'm going to move it to the side, and I am going to stop now before I knock that over for a third time. The little bitty ends, I like to make little rocks out of. I never know when I need a little rock for something. So I'm just going to make a little rock and make it a little flat. So it's kind of like a little river pebble. And believe it or not, fingerprints, if you just kind of roll them around for fingerprint texture, when they're crossed over so many times, it gives a totally different texture. Okay, and that is the third time I have bumped that. So that means it's time to say goodbye. Tilt you up here. So the other day we ended with fingers covered in stone paper clay. Yes, stone paper air dry clay. And today we end with our fingers covered in milliput. So far, I don't think I'm having a reaction. And if I get up and I go wash my hands right now, I'm thinking we shouldn't have too much of a problem. And you cannot believe how many times I've stuck my elbow in the water. Alrighty. Thank you, Stacy, May, and Kel for stopping in. I think it's Kel. I can't read it. I will from here. I will check it if I've got it wrong. Yes, that's an L. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping in with me today. Don't forget to watch Caroline. I believe she'll be on. They've got a show right now. Her Magic Monday show is going on. So everyone pop over to Youngstar Girl and check out her Magic Monday. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we'll see you guys next week. Mwah! Bye, everyone.